Hello everyone, and welcome back to Franklin Pierce, and welcome back to Raven Rundown. I'm your host, Cam Gonsalves, and I am very excited for this show and for what we're going to have to offer for you this semester. I'm alongside Dan Longtin. He's going to be my new co-host on Raven Rundown. Dan, how you feeling?
Feeling pretty good, excited about the opportunity to come join you, so I'm ready to get going.
Definitely. It's going to be a great year. We're really looking forward to it. So, let's get right into it, shall we? We're going to start with men's cross country. A little recap there. They ended up finishing fourth at the Smith Invitational. And freshman Tyler Hayes just absolutely dominated in this match for Pierce. And the note that we have on him is that he posted his first collegiate top 10 finish. And this is very impressive. Dan, as a freshman, I'm kind of blown away by this performance from him.
Yeah, no, definitely I am too. I mean, all across the board, it seems like him and freshman Ethan Davis, who finished in the top 20 at 17th, had a great performance overall. On top of that too, we had juniors, Derek Robbie, Garrett Sarney, and Joshua Ercoloni finishing in the top 50 as well. So to finish fourth and have that many people all around racing and finishing at that high of a level is pretty impressive.
I mean, it's definitely something to be proud of. Getting that production out of your freshmen is something great to see at the very start of the season. It's awesome.
Exactly.
So a good finish for men's cross country. Any other notable finishers of this race that we have to go through here?
Jason Reed finished 24th, also a freshman too. So
those freshmen
are really coming up. Young talent for this cross country team. Very exciting to listen about.
So really good to hear that from men's cross country. So we'll switch gears now and head into women's cross country. And the same story carries over with these freshmen, as Julia Comier and Rebecca Zilak took third and fourth place respectively on Saturday morning. So very impressive performance from them as they led the way for Pierce. Dan,
Again, it's that freshman talent. Julia Cormier finishing third place with a time of 20 minutes, 43.86 seconds. And then right behind her is another freshman, Rebecca Zilak. So, I mean, a lot of young talent coming in this season for the cross country team, both on the men's side and the women's side. Then right behind them is Sarah Hart, a sophomore, finishing 11th. And then to round it out, another freshman finishing in the top 50, Shaylin Harrington at 34th, and then junior Natalie Davies at 46. So very impressive. Very impressive.
So what are these freshmen performing so well? How does this motivate the upperclassmen?
I think, for underclassmen being, at that young age and having that much success, is going to push those upperclassmen to want to get better and be more motivated to have better times. And I think because of that, their cross-country and track and field program is going in the right direction right now. I mean, they had great success last season. This season they're coming off strong, so finishing third out of 10 teams. Great performance.
Yep.
Great performance.
Great performance from both teams. Well, that about wraps it up for men and women's cross country. And after the break, we're going to dive into men and women's soccer and then go from there.
A criminal justice major can aspire to do a lot of things after they graduate. Some of them might not go right into the field just because the criminal justice field is, a hard one to get into. There's a lot of competition for it, so having a degree after graduating college isn't all you need.
We focus on 3 parts to the criminal justice system. There's police, courts, and corrections.
Our advisor for the club is Jean Dawson, and she's been a great help with us. She's helped out planning numerous separate events. She's just been a good figure to have around. The professors, no matter if they're involved with the club or not, they're great because they want to help out. Granted, they're not the, quote, advisor of the Criminal Justice Club. They're still a professor in the CJ program on campus, and they're always willing to help out and lend a helping hand.
Over the past couple years that I've been a club member, we've been touring Ringe Police Department and Jaffrey Police Department. Recently, last year, we toured Keene Police Department as well.
But we're looking to work with Ringe Fire and Police Department, and we're looking to see if we can work with the on-campus, like campus safety, and the on-campus fire department to see if maybe we can get a good softball game going and fundraise some money for charity.
Criminal justice is the kind of field that you're going to get jobs by making connections. If you join Criminal Justice Club, you're meeting people from all these different departments, all these events. Like, you go to conferences, you meet people, and these are the people that you can call and that are going to get you a job down the line.
It has worked absolute wonders for me. I've actually almost been given 2 internships simply by making connections.
You can network out of the club. You can come here to study, and we'll help you out with your homework. There's 3 of us up here that are juniors. One's a senior, which is Andy. She's graduating this year. She's done almost all of the classes in the CJ program. To the incoming freshmen, without going to the tutor, we're a valuable asset for them. We can help them out. We can answer their questions that they don't feel uncomfortable talking to someone they don't know. So I think it's just great to join a club in your field, in your area of study, because they're there to help you. They've been through it, and they can give you the advice that you want to hear.
Just throwing aluminum cans in the trash doesn't help the environment. More aluminum goes into beverage cans than any other product, and aluminum cans are the most recycled product in the U.S.
Recycling one aluminum can saves enough energy to run a TV for 3 hours. Or the equivalent to using half a gallon of gasoline.
Because so many are recycled, aluminum cans make up less than 1% of the total U.S. waste stream, according to EPA estimates.
A used aluminum can is recycled and back on the shelf in as little as 60 days. That's closed-loop recycling at its finest.
There is no limit to the amount of times an aluminum can may be recycled.
So recycling aluminum cans has an impact not just on our campus by keeping it clean, it also has an enormous impact on the world we're a part of.
Live sustainably.
And we're back, and thanks for joining us. We just left off with women's track and men's track, and now we're going to get into men's soccer and women's soccer. So, Dan, an exciting game for the men's team is they won a thriller.
Huge thriller, 3-2 overtime victory for this men's soccer team. Marius Preber scored in the 93rd minute of overtime, and he finished with 2 goals on the day. Right behind him is this dynamic duo of him and Jacob Blix, who reigning NE10 Rookie of the Week, scoring in 56 seconds of the first half. Incredible talent. I've watched multiple games with these guys. A lot of young talent. Most freshmen on the team are starting for the soccer team. Most notably, too, freshman Jadel Poon-Lewis, who had 7 saves in goal yesterday. Incredible goalie. Super athletic. Very vocal on the field. I don't think I heard him not saying anything at all. He's loud, he's vocal, and the crowd loves it.
Yeah.
Crowd loves it. And the thing with this, too, is, with there being so many freshmen on this team, a lot of great sophomores, there's just so much promise in the next couple of years, and I'm excited to see where this team can go for sure. I mean, they're 2-0 right now. They play St. Michael's today, just exciting stuff for the soccer program right now.
I couldn't agree with you more. I mean, 8 goals through 2 games. You got to be gaining some kind of momentum here. So, that's good to see.
Exactly, yeah.
They're starting to get it going. I mean, Blix has played unbelievable, and that's just going to make the players around him play even better. So
exactly, yeah, and it sets the example for those freshmen, too, who are still trying to get a feel for the collegiate level soccer. And it's all I can see is just promise and them being more and more successful each year.
Couldn't agree more, and look forward to seeing how they progress in future games.
Definitely.
As they will be returning on Tuesday, September 16th for their first NE10 match at St. Michael's with game time slated for 3:30 p.m. So that wraps up men's soccer, and now let's move into women's. As Casino Double helps women's soccer double up pace 2-1 in their most recent game. So both of these teams playing extremely well. Now we see the women's soccer also win a thriller 2-1. Let's get into this game and talk about this.
Yeah, I mean, like we said, Sophie Casino, 2 goals, a 2-1 win over Pace, and right now they're improved to 3-0 now. So not only are the men showing great success, but the women's team is as well.
2 goals, wow, very impressive. And with that win, it proves them to 3-0.
Yeah, 3-0, very impressive.
Awesome to see there. What else do we have from women's soccer to be notable? Just the play from Sophie Casino. Great to see from her, those 2 goals. 3-0. They're rolling on. So let's get into field hockey, Dan. And with that, they clipped St. Anselm 3-2 in a shootout.
Mm-hmm. Yep, tough loss.
Very tough.
Very tough loss. St. Anselm, a great field hockey team. They had the same type of outcome last year where they lost 1-0. So a 3-2 loss. It's tough, but they still look like a solid team. Again, that freshman talent coming in is great, but I think more notably is just the juniors on this team. Carly Canavan with a goal, who last year was an all-conference NE10 player, and Danielle Harris too is a very, very solid player coming off that bench too. So to fall 2-2, I think they're ready for their next couple games coming up in the next few weeks. So
definitely, and with these juniors playing well, it'll maybe boost up the talent from the lower classmen, and they'll come together maybe and get it together.
Definitely.
And come out with a win next game.
Yeah. They have some really solid talent. I mean, Megan Williams in the goal, who was, I believe, last week named NE10 Goalie of the Week. So they got some talent. They just got to get themselves focused and back on track.
And they will return to the field on Saturday, September 17th against Assumption. And they'll host it right here from Franklin Pierce. So we'll keep an eye on that for you. Moving forward, Dan, but before we do so, I think we're going to take a little commercial break, and when we come back, we'll get into women's tennis. Stick around.
Live sustainably.
Hey, you want to play tag?
No.
Pity. Tag, you're it. Why? Why does that always happen to me?
You're listening to WFPC LP 105.3 FM Range the Town.
Welcome back to Raven Rundown. Thanks for being with us. Now we're going to get into women's tennis. And unfortunately, it wasn't good news for the ladies, is they lost their most recent match 6-3 against Bentley. So tough loss for them, but going to see them bounce back. So let's get into this game, Dan. What were your thoughts on the loss?
Honestly, it's an improvement for them. The men's and women's program in general now have a new coach in Peter Arsenal, who's been very, very impressive as a coach. He was, just a little bit of background information of him. He was the men's and women's coach at Merrimack College, and he ended up bringing them to an NE10 regular season title with both the men's and women's programs. So he's a very, very good coach and a very good steal. On top of that, too, the 6-3 loss to Bentley is a huge improvement to them. They've lost 9-0 to this team last year in the fall, and they have some really good freshmen coming in. I mean, notably, Alana Wyatt winning at first singles is incredible. 6-4, 3-6, 11-9 win in the tiebreaker. That's a marathon match right there. And a lot of people don't understand how long a singles match can take and take a toll on your body too. So for someone like her to come out with a win like that as a freshman is very impressive. And then on top of that too, Sarah Rich getting 2 pairs of wins.
Another freshman.
8-6 win at third doubles with Kelly O'Donnell, who's also a freshman.
Wow.
And she also won at fourth singles with a 6-2, 2-6, 10-1 win in the tiebreaker. So this team has a lot of talent. They just gotta get the experience in, and I think they have what it takes to take their game to the next level for sure.
Well, the story in all of these sports has been how good these freshmen have come in and been able to play and make an impact. And we see it once again here with women's tennis. And despite being 0-4 after this loss, I think they have a lot to work with moving forward. It's great to see that performance from these freshmen. So I think good things to come for women's tennis, but we'll keep an eye on it. Well, that just about does it for the opening episode of Raven Rundown. I'm so glad to be back. I'm so glad you could be with us, and I'm very happy that Dan Longtin has joined me as the new co-host.
Very excited for it. Can't wait to get it going even more.
Can't wait. We'll see you guys next week. I'm Cam Gonsalves.
I'm Dan Longtin.
And we are
Raven Rundown.
Signing off.